Our story starts in the green, beautiful mountains of South Korea, and that's where we're going to meet our hero.
Long, long ago, way back in a time when the world was filled with just a little bit more magic than it is today,
There was a very gentle woodcutter. Now, his heart was as warm as sunshine, but he was also very, very lonely. His only friends were the birds and the rustling leaves in the forest.
But his quiet life was about to change in a huge way. So get ready, because what's coming next is pure magic. One bright, sunny afternoon, as he was walking by a secret little lake deep in the woods, he saw something he could hardly believe.
Can you guess what it was? Floating down from the clouds were 3 heavenly maidens. They shimmered and sparkled just like starlight, and they had come all the way down to earth to bathe in the cool, clear water. Wow, it was the most amazing thing he had ever seen.
But hold on, these weren't just any maidens. They had a really important secret. You see, their beautiful robes had wings on them, and that's what let them fly between their home in the heavens and our world down here. But, and this is a big but, without those robes, they couldn't go back. They'd be stuck.
The woodcutter, hiding behind a big tree, was just so amazed that he did something a little sneaky. He tiptoed out ever so quietly, and he hid one of the beautiful winged robes. Oh my goodness, what do you think is going to happen?
Well, when the maidens were done bathing, 2 of them put on their robes and whoosh, they flew gracefully right back up into the sky. But one of them, the one whose robe was missing, she couldn't follow. She was left all alone with no way to get home. The woodcutter came out from behind the tree. He was so kind to the lonely maiden and offered her a safe place to stay. And even though she missed her home in the clouds, she saw how good and warm his heart was. And right then, their story starts to turn from one of magic to one of love.
And what a life it was. They talked and they laughed, and before they knew it, they had fallen deeply in love. They got married, and their little house in the woods was soon filled with the happy, giggling sounds of their children. For many, many years, they were a perfectly happy family.
But we can't forget, she still belonged to the sky. And one day, everything changed because of a heartbreaking discovery.
While she was cleaning, tucked away at the very bottom of an old chest, she found it. Her beautiful, magical winged robe that she thought she had lost forever and ever.
Oh, her heart must have been beating so fast. She looked at her wonderful children and her kind husband, and she loved them more than anything. But as she held that robe, a powerful feeling washed all over her. She missed the clouds, she missed the stars, and she missed her family in the heavens. The sky was still her home. With tears streaming down her face, she put on her robe. She kissed her family goodbye one last time and began to rise up, up, up into the sky until she disappeared right into the clouds. The woodcutter and his children were so sad, but their love was so strong it couldn't be broken by distance, not even the distance between the earth and the sky. And so every single night, the woodcutter would take his children outside, and they would all look up at the twinkling stars, remembering their wonderful mother and wife, the beautiful maiden who came from the heavens. So, what does this magical story really teach us? Well, it shows us that love is one of the most powerful kinds of magic in the whole world. It's strong enough to create a family. But it also reminds us that being free to be who you are and that powerful pull of home, that's a very important kind of magic too. And here's a really cool fact for you. The story we just heard is so popular that you can find different versions of it all across East Asia. It's often called the legend of the Swan Maiden. Isn't it amazing how a magical story can travel all over the world?
Okay, time to think. Was it right for the woodcutter to hide the maiden's robe? I mean, it led to them falling in love and having a family, but was it fair to her? What would you have done? That's a great question to talk about with a grown-up.
All right, let's have a super fast quiz to see what you remember. Ready? First question, where did the maidens come from? That's right, from the sky. Second, what was the secret that allowed them to fly? You got it, their winged robes. And last one, what happened when she found her robe? She flew back home to the clouds. You're a story expert. What an incredible story, and you know what? There are so many more legends just like this one waiting for us all around the world. Make sure you subscribe so you don't miss our next adventure. See you then.